Okay, so in this video we'll be looking at how to color our pumpkin and also how to do the carvings for the jack-o'-lantern. So this is where we left off, and I just wanted to show you that if you go to the top right and click on the drop-down menu, you can kind of change to different materials as you're sculpting to maybe make it easier for you. Some of them are nicer than others. But anyway, so you want to go to the very left-hand side and select the mask tool. Make sure you don't click on the paint tool, so the mask tool is at the top here. Now it's very important that you go into the front view by pressing 1 on your number pad for this next part. Otherwise you will come into some errors later down the line. And now you can start drawing the shape of your jack-o'-lantern, and if you need the symmetry tool, then click on the top right here. I want to do teeth here, so I'm going to hold Control and then I will paint. You can also go up here and press the minus sign, and then you don't have to press Control. Once you get your shapes how you like them, then you want to invert the mask by pressing Control I. And here you want to make sure that you cover everything that isn't fully kind of black. Then go down here and select the Move tool, and then move that selection backwards. So anything that's in white or not masked will actually move. Then I'm going to flatten all this background. So I'll select the Flat tool and just flatten through it. Then I'll go to the top right and make sure that I have attribute selected there. So now when I go paint and select the color black, with the mask still selected, then I only paint in the white areas. Then I will invert the mask, Control I, so the mask is not deselected, it's still there. It's just that it's hidden with the black that I just drew. But anyway, now I'm going to color that whole pumpkin orange. Then when you go into the shading viewport in the top right, then you don't see any color. So go to the shading tab, then create a new material by pressing New. Then Shift A, type in color into the search, and hook up color to surface. Then in the black box, select color. And now you should see your color. But you don't see any shading, so what I'll do is I'll take the color on the left-hand side from the color attribute, drag it up. That will open up a new search window, and I will type in BSDF, and I'll hook up the BSDF to the surface. So now I can actually see the shading. Then I'll go back into my sculpting, and I'll quickly fix anything that isn't painted. And now I will do the shading in between the little cracks. So I'll choose a darker color, more to the reds, and I'll make sure that the strength is turned down very, very low, so that there's no hard line between the shading and non-shading. Now, when you look close to the eyes or the mouth, you'll see that the geometry is quite poor there, and that is because we just grabbed the vertices and moved them back. So what I'll do is I'll hit R, and then I will hit Control R to actually apply it. That will actually create vertices here, which I can then go over with my smooth brush and I'll smooth them out. And then here around the mouth, it's kind of messy, so I'll actually scrape the corners to make them more stylized. Same with the eyes. So this is my product. Now around the eye edges, I'll just paint it dark orange, so it's kind of shadow. And now I will choose a very light orange color, very low strength, and I will draw the highlights. So I'll go at the very top, and I'm kind of painting on top of it. And I'm making use of the symmetry tool. I just have the X symmetry turned on. And now I can go back to my shading and just hook up the color to the surface. So now I no longer see the shadows. Now I just see the color that I'm painting. And now I'm just gonna turn color black and fix the mouth. But when you start painting, you still have your mask on, hopefully. So just press Control I, and you can start painting the or fixing the insides of the cutouts. Now I'm just going to add like a little gradient at the bottom. So I'm going to choose like a red color, bring the strength very, very low, and I will turn the brush mode to multiply. And now I just kind of tap the bottom and I kind of circle to the side to kind of make it seem like it's darker at the bottom. And I'll do the same thing for the top. So instead of multiply, now I will choose screen, and I will just kind of do the top a little bit, just kind of to show like the light is hitting from the top and the ground is giving shade at the bottom. Then have a look around, do a 360, make sure you like it. And I want to now paint the stem. So back to layout, object mode, select it. Then you go back to sculpting and then select the color that you like. And I'll just kind of let this video play out. If you don't see the color here, make sure you apply the shading material that you made. So pretty much do the steps I just did. And then you should be all good. Oh, and I guess make sure your brush goes back to mix. And yeah, in the next part we'll do the glow of the eyes. And the video after that we will do setting up cameras and lighting to give the final product, as well as like some fog. So yeah, that's it.